What's going on? This is day 2 of the 12-week challenge. I'm doing the challenge and I'm hoping you guys are riding along with me. To let me know you're with me, please like the video. I'm doing these for free because I want to see people succeed with their diet goals, but let me know you're riding with me with the like. All right, so here we go. Literally, this is the most important video of the entire series because I'm going to explain to you the basics of how the diet works. Put it like this: everything you've been told is basically BS. People are trying to sell stuff, so they're trying to make something sound sexy. They're trying to tell you about these shorts, these hacks, these shortcuts, bad foods, good foods, what you can eat, what you can't eat. I need to I need to explain one thing to you. This is what you have to understand. It all comes down to calories. It's all about how much calories you eat. It doesn't matter so much what you eat, it's about how many calories you eat. If you reduce the calories, you're gonna burn fat. Let's explain it like this, if this will help you understand. Let's think of food like fuel that you put in your car. We put gas in our car, we drive our car, it burns the gas. That's the source of energy. That's like when we have calories in our system. So we put food, we eat food, we go move around, and just like the car, where car burns the gas, we're burning the food. Now, unlike the car, when the car runs out of gas, it stops, it shuts off. With us, when we run out of food as a source for fuel, that's when our body taps into fat. That's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to burn through the food we ate and then still be burning more calories so we could tap into the fat for fuel. And like I said, the way we'll do that is by consuming less calories than we're already eating. There's 2 ways we could have less calories throughout the day. One is by eating less food, and the other one is by substituting things that we're eating for lower calorie alternatives. I'm gonna give you an example of each of those. All right, to eat less food, here's the easiest way. We're gonna go into further detail of more ways to implement the diet. But like I said, this is just to get the basics out there because I'm trying to keep these videos short. I'm not giving you a 60-minute lecture on the diet, right? All right, the easiest way to eat less food in a day would just be skip a meal. Let's say you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, it's breakfast time. I need to eat breakfast. You're in a rush. You're not even hungry, but you feel like you really got to eat breakfast. So you rush and you grab something. The better alternative would be to not eat anything. Now, I know we've all heard, oh, your metabolism will slow down, but that's just not true. There's more to BS they've been feeding us. If you don't believe me, check out a diet called the 5-2 diet. It's where people eat their normal amount of food for 5 days straight, and then for 2 days they fast and don't have anything for 2 straight days. This diet has been studied and documented many times, and people have some of the best weight loss results off of any diet. I'm not saying this is a diet you should do. If you want to, you can try it. I can't do it. I can't go 2 days without eating. But the point is, if we take calories out, our metabolism isn't going to just grind to a halt. Our body is going to need to burn fuel. It's going to come from somewhere. It's going to come from the fat. So that's one example of an easy way to get less calories throughout the day. Just skip a meal. If you're not hungry, don't eat. It's not a big deal. It's going to help you with your weight loss goals. All right, and now an example of substituting foods. The easiest way to substitute something that you have with calories for something with less calories, substitute your drinks for 0-calorie alternatives. It doesn't matter what you're drinking. Like I was trying to explain earlier, it's not about healthy versus unhealthy, this food versus that food. Let me give you an example of this so you can understand it better. I had a client who came into the gym on a Monday and she goes, listen, I messed up over the weekend. I went out, I went to the club, I had some drinks, but I made a smart choice. I didn't have my usual rum and cokes. Instead, I had rum with pineapple juice. She messed up. See, in her mind, she's thinking she did better because she had a healthy alternative. But like I'm trying to explain, we can't get caught up in what's healthy versus unhealthy. What we need to focus in on is the calories. She made a worse choice than having the rum and coke because pineapple juice actually has more calories in it. She would have been better off sticking with the rum and cokes. But what would have been even better is if she had a rum and diet coke, because diet sodas have no calories. So she would have only been consuming the calories that's in the rum. And rum does actually have a lot of calories. So you're even better off going with like a vodka with a 0-calorie drink to mix with it, a mixer with it. All right, so here's the thing. Just to further hit home on this point of it's not about what you're eating, but how much calories it has. Here's another example. I had a buddy that came over to my house one day. He was all stressed out about his father. He said his father's not eating healthy. He's getting older and he's worried about him. I said, all right, well, what's he eating? And he's like, oh, he's eating turkey sandwiches. I'm like, buddy, what's wrong with that? It doesn't sound so bad. He's like, it's got bread. So we've been programmed to think bread is so bad. Listen, man, bread is a regular food, man. It's just a food with calories. If you burn off the calories, it'll burn off like anything else. I said, man, it's not about that, bro. A turkey sandwich is fine. And he just couldn't understand it. He got it in his head that bread is bad. So I said, all right, so what do you think would be a better alternative for him to eat? What's a healthy food if bread's an unhealthy food? So he says, oh, avocados. Avocados are great food. I said, you do understand that avocados have a lot of calories, right? Because they're very high in fat. He looked at me kind of puzzled. I said, what do you think happens if you eat too many avocados and you get too much calories that day in your diet? He had no idea. I said, you'll gain fat. You'll get fatter. It couldn't sink into his head that you could actually get fat from eating a so-called healthy food. But that's what I'm trying to explain to you. We have to be conscious of the calories we eat. The best way to do it is if we just count calories. You could get a calorie tracker like MyFitnessPal, and it'll tell you how many calories you should eat a day, and you can put in everything you eat. If you don't want to go that far, I'm not doing that. Just be conscious of things we're eating, of how much calories they have, and try to find alternatives with less calories in it. Like I said, it all comes down to the calories. That's what we need to focus on for this diet. All right, like I said, I want to keep this brief, but in future videos, I'm going to go into way more details about the diet, give you way more tips and ways to implement it. All right, stay tuned. Another video coming out tomorrow. We'll be covering cardio.